What's up, fellas? So I just wrapped up with Scab on our show, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. We just wrapped up an interview, Mr. Ernest Emerson of Emerson Knives. I gotta tell you, and people have been telling us it's one of our best shows. It was definitely a great show. Not for any other reason that, other than that, Ernie is just an amazing guy, man. I mean, if you haven't watched it, you definitely need to owe it to yourself to check it out. I posted it on my channel. What I'm doing now is I'm going to make up a playlist of all the Blade Talk episodes going forward, because Blade Talk is a collaboration between Scab and I. So we're going to try to place them on both channels. So there's, to get the most exposure possible. But obviously, it's just more just to get it to you any way we can, because we've had some good guests coming in. I think today, at this point today, at the time of this airing, I just reposted a Blade Talk we had with Greg Medford, which is equally a great show, another amazing American knife maker. And that's what we're trying to do, is getting a lot of good American knife makers into the show, just to tout and advertise American-made knives, which are phenomenally good. So we have some good names that we're working on in terms of bringing new guests on Blade Talk. I don't want to announce them yet, but they are huge, okay? Huge personalities in the knife world, in the, American knife maker community. Huge names that we're working on to come in. And also just like some smaller knife makers, just to get, just to show people how awesome custom knife makers are that we may not even have heard of before. So we're trying to get a lot of these custom knife makers on, new to the game, but are really producing some amazing work. And we're looking forward to Blade Show to be able to be surrounded by a lot of those custom knife makers, which are making some absolutely epic, phenomenal stuff. Tune into Blade Talk. It's going to be aired on both our channels, probably start on Scab's, end up on mine with the replays, but you'll see it somewhere on one of our channels. Definitely tune into Blade Talk. A lot of good things coming to Blade Talk, but also some come-ups for my katana people. I haven't forgotten about you. I have something coming that's pretty damn interesting. A Kydex tactical sheet is coming to katanas now. People are starting to make tactical gear, a tactical sheet for katana. So I'm actually pretty curious to see how that comes into play and how that works and how comfortable it is to use and how it locks into place. That's very interesting to me. The traditionalists are not going to like it, but the modern, sword handler is probably going to appreciate that whole tactical feel to it. That's coming to my channel. It's being sent to me. I'm getting a sample of that from Cloudhammer Steelworks. Other than that, guys, I put out a short about what is all the hype with artisan cutlery, okay? One being this guy here. Artisan Cutlery reached out to me. They wanted to do business with me, send me some samples for review on my channel. I said, obviously, yes, okay. And they allowed me to choose which one I want to start with. So I kind of started with their big boy, which is this accelerator made from Artisan Cutlery, RPM 9 steel. That's actually more of a specific type of RPM 9 that they customize and offer themselves, their own formulation. I'll go through all the details and when I do a full review. I'm carrying this thing around just to get an idea of how this thing works and how it feels. It's great. It's got a lot of heft to this knife. I mean, it's a big knife. It's not a small knife. But the good thing about this is basically the motion. I mean, this thing kind of falls into place. I would call this kind of like a manual flipper, because it doesn't have any flipper tab. But in terms of the detent, in terms of it falling into place, it really does. It's got great motion to it. So it's so far so good. I like the action of this thing. I like the ceramic ball bearings they put in this thing. It's very smooth, very zippy. And the micarta handles, very evenly placed, nice stainless steel liners, copper spacers, or copper or brass spacers, one or the other. Nice thickness in the blade. Not bad, guys. So far, I'm very impressed with this. But I like to do my reviews. I want to carry it around. I want to get back to you, let you know how it carries day to day, how it feels, how I engage with it, how quickly I can kind of take it out, cut with it, put it back, all that stuff. So I'm going to be doing some testing on my own with this before I actually do the review and do some real cutting tests with it. So stay tuned for the accelerator from Artisan Cutlery. And take a look at their site, guys. They got some pretty nice offerings. They're stepping up their game. They're making some good stuff, and I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing from this accelerator so far. So stay tuned, guys. Blade Talk, Artisan Cutlery, new katana, kydex sheet, all that fun stuff. Thanks for joining me, guys, and thanks for your support. Much love to you all. Peace out.